and vent a couple grievances I had with her. Before Debbie arrived, I was a member of a very gifted science department that was straight, serious. We'd meet in the hall from time to time between classes or in our little prep room, as the 4 rooms were bonded right together, always discussing the higher end of sciences and the higher end of education. And then she came. At which point in time, things started to erode very rapidly. Like the time she and I were sharing a room because of our close bonding in the department. And she came in, sat down beside me in the prep room, and proceeded to sit there and sit there and sit there. Then after 10 minutes, look at me and say, "Vince, my class ended. Yours started 10 minutes ago." She obviously spent way too much time with Tom Hollabaugh because their bonding germinated a seed of evil that would become known as the Science Olympiad. This would lead to numerous people having to work crazy, nothing like she and Tom. The school having to spend all kinds of money to ship us off to West Point every time we turned around. But the administration, Jeff, got wind of what was going on early and decided to go and try to nip this in the bud. So under the guise of a big building proposition, I'm told, "Vince, pack up your slide rules, your physics toys, and you go down and stand in the end of the West Tailway." But they really knew the instigator of the whole mess was Debbie, because for her, they built a whole wing with a second floor, where the windows faced away from the rest of the science department so she couldn't bother us, harass us, or mislead us at all anymore. And they stuck the math department around her to keep her in line. Which I'm afraid to say they totally failed. The science department, I'm sorry, a little nervous. Just a lot easier about physics lessons. But she did go on, and Tom and she generate the Science Olympiad. This was the greatest brainwashing of kids I've ever seen in my life. What normal American kid can be convinced? First of all, science is fun. That's doable, though I didn't succeed for 40 years. But then, to get them to come in on Sundays, on Saturdays, during holidays, and the most holiest days of all, snow days, to work on their projects. Total deception, corruption of our youth. That wasn't bad enough, but she convinced the science department we should be doing this too. And the village, when she went out and found people who could recognize bird calls or anything else. The math department, she coerced into it also. And she and Tom had great fun watching the kids, especially on our first events, where the egg drop simply smashed into the floor. The tower was too big to hold the bolt that was supposed to hold the weight, and a variety of other things that happened along the way. But she and Tom did get their field of dreams, and the students in the village and the administration did come and see the success. But the biggest success of the Science Olympiad team is the fact that years later, I'd meet up with students who had been in it, or myself for talking to them, and we still believe that we had a lot of fun. Totally bewitched us all. The other thing that began to be a little bit of a grievance on my part with it was poor Heidi Libertelli. She took Heidi aside and convinced her that curriculum work was a noble goal. So she proceeds to write mapping for the courses, for her science and her chemistry course. And she does this to the extent that not only is the high school and the district impressed with her, and Heidi's work, but also the whole BOCES district. Myself, I'm still trying to figure out this placemat size intercurriculum map that I don't understand from 2 years ago. And I really think if we need that much mapping, buy a damn GPS. But she went on and changed a variety of things. She took a chemistry course in advanced chemistry that was very costly. Got it switched to a course that was free for the students and much more easily accepted by other colleges around the state in the areas as it was tied to Mohawk Valley. She was really concerned about the kids taking the class and keeping the class intact. As a teacher who had to follow her with the next course, she and Heidi teaching chemistry, myself teaching physics, this became a bit of a problem. They had mold day. They also couldn't be satisfied with simply giving a stupid quiz. Debbie has to write a grant and get little clickers and a TV so the results come back real quick. They'll have the kids think they can change the channel and get the sports program. Kids come into my class later and say, "Gee, Mr. Mellon, what are you going to do?" I tell them if they're very good, maybe ninth period, we'll celebrate Planck's constant. Shut up, sit down, take out a piece of paper. But the biggest grievance I have against Debbie was it came time for me to walk down the halls for the last time. Because when I left the building, I realized there was two people I had never come close in my teaching career to equal me. And that was she and Tom Hollabaugh. They were the best that were. Debbie, have a great retirement. I'm enjoying it. I know you'll do even more.
Thank you so much.